Cindy. This is week 2 of our FCBD mixed level class. It's on Thursdays at 4 o'clock, and we have slowed it down the last 2 weeks, but today we added a little bit of a reverse to it. So keep watching because there's more to come on that. But if you have any questions on anything we covered today in class, you can shoot me an email at irietribal@yahoo.com, or you can find me on Facebook and you can message me there. Any questions at all, within reason. Have fun, keep practicing, and I will see you next week. Bye.
So we are on week two of our mixed level. So last week we started out slow. We did the star turn, we did the camel, and we did the torso twist with the half turn and the 3/4 turn, and then we tried the full turn, which I think was a success, because I thought so. So that's going to be our opening drill, just to make sure we all have it. But with the camel, and we'll do the camel step with the torso twist, and then when we do the torso twist, we'll do the torso half turn. So we'll go to from the front right or front left corner to the back right, and then back up here. We are actually reversing things a little bit this week. So for things to come, Jennifer and Debbie know what I'm talking about. So today we're going to be working on our reverse Taxeem, and we're also going to be working on our chest circles. When we do our chest circles, we're going to be doing them forward, we're going to be doing them backwards, we're going to be doing them in personal circles, and we're going to be doing in small little levels, okay? And then we're going to be doing our reverse Taxeem. The reason why I want to hit the reverse Taxeem a lot today is because in the next coming weeks, we're going to start introducing the reverse shimmy. Maybe just once or twice. We're working on it in our advanced level class, in the level 3 class, and it's coming along, kind of, like a melting igloo, but it's coming along. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the music. Go ahead and mute yourselves, or I can go ahead and mute you, whichever. And we'll start dancing. We're going to start out slow. The way you can get a bigger extension on that second half of your Sahra is actually from here, raise your chest as you come up to here, and then as you're turning, go ahead and bring it back down to neutral. So, sorry, I don't know why I keep closing. So when you're here, this is all neutral. Turning here, go ahead and raise your chest up to get a bigger, longer line. Then when you turn, and then gradually bring it back down to that 75%, 80%, which will give you that longer rise up, and then that bringing of the down. All right, so torso twist and a half turn was amazing and perfect for everyone. Knowing that you turn on the 1, find your place on the 2, finish 3, 4, and you're good to go. If you do choose to do it in that full turn, it's fun, but it is a little bit more tricky. So we're gonna get right into our reverse Taxeem. Don't try to do a regular Taxeem and a reverse Taxeem back to back. It tends to get a little cloudy when you do them back to back. It tends to be hard for the people behind you. So for your regular Taxeem, remember it's an emphasis on the down. Make sure your heels are grounded into the ground, and it's that emphasis on the down, down, down with that little scoop, scoop, scoop. So remember there's no level changes. So when you're doing your Taxeem and you land up doing this whole what's happening is you're getting your Taxeem from your knees. So you want to make sure you're not doing a level change with it. So bend your knees, toes up, and it's down, 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 down. For your regular Taxeem. For your reverse Taxeem, one is always going to be easier than the other. Okay? So for your reverse Taxeem, squirrel. Like literally, a squirrel. Sorry. It's just in my window. Cute. Okay, so reverse Taxeem. Same as with your Taxeem. Sorry about that. Your feet are grounded into the ground. So you're not doing your reverse Taxeem on the balls of your feet. You're not doing a pedal foot. It's flat-footed. So a reverse Taxeem is your hip goes up and then over and out and down. And then your left goes up, over, out, down. 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 Okay, so if you're having your feet help you with your reverse Taxeem, I need you to stop. So bend your knees, get those toes up in the air. That's going to keep you into your heels. All right, it's going to help your hips to not hurt. So what you're going to do, instead of doing, if this is what you're seeing yourself do, this, if I turn sideways, look at my feet. Bop, 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 bop. That's not right. Okay, so bringing them down like this, and then we're going to do our Taxeem from there. So from here, no level change, and it's up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. So sideways, you look at my feet, they're still down. Up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. Okay? So if you have the habit of doing that little pedal step, stop. Okay? Until we get to the reverse Taxeem. Or not the reverse Taxeem, until we get to the reverse shimmy. Then it's a different story. Okay, so we're here. Knees bent. It's done with your arms above your head. You can do it here too. And you can also do it with an arm undulation, a big arm undulation. I prefer above my head or the big arm undulation. So we're here. Just hips. Okay? So up and over to the right and left and right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're not moving your upper body a whole lot, just like with your Taxeem. The upper body moves, but it's a sympathetic motion from what your hips are doing. So if all your weight's on your left hip here, your body's over your left hip, and then when you switch to the weight on your right hip, your body's over your right hip. So same thing happens. So if you're here, my body's over my left hip, all the weight's on my right, or my left hip, sorry, and then here, it switches. So my body comes over to my right side because that's where the stable portion is. So don't try to keep it to one side. And don't think that you have to do the axle rose thing, because you don't. It'll just naturally happen. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for arms, you can hold your arms static above your head, just here, and you can just 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives a nice frame of your head. And usually when you do that here, you stop and then add a little head slide to it because it's sassy. Or you can do a big arm undulation. So normally I won't do small ones. So normally we won't say you do here, 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 because I want to exaggerate and make my arms look as big as my hips can possibly be. So from here, it's that big down, 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 down. So it's a really big arm undulation, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The reverse Taxeem is done in the 11 o'clock performance angle, so it's not that big 10 o'clock one. And when you're doing your big arms, even though your arms are big, you're going to try not to do this and this and this and this with your upper body, because you can do this with a sword and a basket on your head too, so you want to make sure you don't die, okay? Because death in belly dance is bad. So for here, we're doing those big arms. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on, but there's really not. There's no count because it's slow, but just go at whatever the music says. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you want to make sure you're floating those really nicely together. If you want to start with your arms above your head, you can. It doesn't have to be that way. So the reverse Taxeem is the same as your Taxeem, where it's a really good stall movement, so to speak, a placeholder. So it doesn't have any specific place it has to start. So if you're down here and you just do arm undulations here, and then really want to get into that reverse Taxeem, just put it where it will fit. Okay, questions? And like I said, don't back to back them because it's really hard to tell the difference. So if I'm here in my regular Taxeem, down, 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 and then I was like up, 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 up. Once I have everything on, it might get a little blurry in there, and you don't want to write blurrily. You don't want to dance so people can't see it happen. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Music? Yes. love that song, but we're not even halfway through it. Oh yeah. It's Whisper Hungarian to me. So it's a really long song, but it's good. Okay. So with your Taxeem, your reverse Taxeem, just keep your hips going and keep those heels down. And if you can, drive your Taxeems from your obliques as opposed to driving your Taxeems from your legs. It's not bad to drive your Taxeems from your leg. So if they're leg driven, it's going to be here, here, and here. Same thing. But if it's driven with your obliques, it's going to give your legs a little bit more freedom. So when you go to walk these and whatnot, it's going to be a lot easier than trying to walk like this with your Taxeem. We don't normally walk our reverse Taxeem. I know there are some styles that do. But we don't walk it. We don't walk. So it is what it is. But heels down. So we're going to go straight into our chest circle. One more thing I want to say about the reverse Taxeem, the Taxeem. If you're doing levels, I like to go down with my Taxeem. So if I'm here and I do a level, I like to go down with my Taxeem. I feel like I'm digging myself down. So it's like down, down, down. But then I like to come up with my reverse Taxeem. It just kind of makes sense to me, but kind of like climbing out of the hole. So yeah, we'll play with levels here in a little bit. So chest circles. Chest circles are exactly that. Chest. So if you're using your arms a lot or your shoulders a lot with your chest circles, we need to isolate that to here. So chest circles, arms are done here. Even though our performance angle has our arms here, we bring them in a little bit to frame our chest a little bit more, because here we can't really do it. So here, so you can release and you can actually move a little better. Try to control your shoulder action as much as possible. So your shoulders are going to drive it a little bit because they're attached. And so don't try to detach your shoulders from the rest of your body, because that would be bad. So if you're here, it's going to go up to the right. So up to the right, over to the left, down, and then straight across to neutral. So it goes up. You can think of it as doing a booby rainbow here to your left, and then sliding around back to center. We don't go down and up. So it's not a big down, up. It's up, right, over, left, slide. Okay, so off your neutral, over your neutral here, and then sliding back onto it. So you're here. So up to your right, over top to the left, and then slide back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Neutral. 1, 2, 3. Neutral. 1, 2, 3. Neutral. So arms can be here. You can do them here, or you can do them here. It doesn't matter, whichever one you choose to do. So this one is done in the 11 o'clock performance angle as well. So we're here at the 11 o'clock performance angle. Don't try to bring it all the way over here, up and around, so your chest circle starts to look like this. See. Keep your performance angle in that 11 o'clock, and it's here. So you're really extending your ribs, you're engaging your diaphragm, your chest, and your back to bring them all around. So you're not going to this corner and then around to that corner and then back down. So you're keeping them here as much as possible. Okay? So we're here. So let's keep our arms down for now. So upright, over the top, to the left, down, neutral. Upright, over the top to the left, down, neutral. 1, 2, 3, 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 neutral, 1, 2, 3, neutral, 1, 2, 3, neutral. It's a great way to stretch your back too. So if your back is ever sore, stretch your back like this. So when we do our Taxeem, we sit kind of in that little old man chair and we bring our elbows forward like this, which kind of closes this off a little bit. If you think of that while you're doing your chest circles with your arms here, it's going to close you off a little bit, but your chest circle is going to be concentrated into your chest. Okay, so standing like this, bring your elbows forward, and then do your chest circle. In that, that's going to help you to feel that it's all happening here, because once you come up here, everything kind of releases around the sides. But here, it's all nice and engaged, and you're really feeling what portions of your body are making your chest rotation work. Okay? So, when you're doing your chest circles, make sure that you're not using your lower body whatsoever to get your chest circle. So if you're doing this and this is happening down here, what's happening is you're too loose, and this action here is going to stop you from moving it, because then you're going to be doing this when you go to walk it, okay? So you want to get nice and grounded, so it's just your chest working here. So when we go to walk it forward, it is simply step and step and step. So it's just a normal walking step. It's usually circling 2 or layering 2 of those chest circles over 1 step. So if we're here, in place, and 1, 2, 3, neutral, 1, 2, 3, neutral, 1, 2, 3, neutral, 1, 2, 3, take a walk. 1, 2, 3, neutral, 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 1, 2, 3, and 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 1, 2, 3. So you want to make sure your lower body is separate from your upper body. So when you walk it, you're not going to feel like you're like walking down the road like this. Although walking down the road could like be fun like that, but not. When we do it in a circle, couple of ways you can do it. You can actually walk it in a circle, or you can do that unwind. So you can do the right foot over the left, which just unwinds, and it's 1. Or you can step through it like just a normal step through. So either way is fine. Just like with any other turn, make sure your hips are straight. So if you're like this, remember you have to keep your hips straight in order to be able to keep your balance. So start with your hips, or your, circles, chest circles here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, 2, 3, 4, turn, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to make sure you're sustaining that chest circle all the way around. So all the way around, not stopping, not going 1, 2, 3, and like landed doing this, and then all of a sudden coming to the front and then doing them again. So you want to make sure you're sustaining them through it. So again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, neutral, 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 1, 2, 3, neutral. Good? Any questions? Is it just more drilling it and doing it and getting it in there to make it a thing? Alright, so if you choose to do this as a level, which we're going to do a little bit of one, levels aren't any big deal. Oh, pardon me, sorry, tacos. Sorry, we'll edit that out. Okay, sorry. When you're doing a level, remember to step off a little bit so your feet are coming a little bit off center. And then you're going to come down, and then you're going to go back up, and you're just going to step back onto your left foot. Okay, so if you're here, you're going to step up, go down, come up, back, and down. That's as big as your level has to be. It doesn't have to be any bigger than that. So when you're here doing your chest circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, go up, 2, 3, 4, up, back to neutral here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, back to your neutral. Okay, so you don't have to do any more than 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it doesn't have to go straight to the floor. When you're doing hand florios with your chest circle, it's 1 hand florio per chest circle, so it's not a whole bunch of them. So it's 1 and neutral, 1 and neutral. So that flip of your hand is up, the wave of your hand is over, and then sliding back is going to be when you reset your hands for your florio. So you're here. 1 full florio here. 1 full florio here. 1 and that's it. 1 and that's it. 1 and that's it. Turn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn 2, 3, 4, up 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ribcage, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good? So all of your muscles should be being felt right now because you're trying to keep your muscles as engaged as you possibly can because you're moving your entire body with purpose. So when you're moving forward and your arms are here, they stay here. Move those arms up with purpose here. Do your top reverse Taxeem with purpose here. You're bringing your arms down for that Sahra turn. Really concentrating on moving that whole arm as one unit, leading with that elbow coming up here, and then your camel here, making sure that you're nice and engaged and you're not just kind of noodling around. Okay, there's a difference between that nice and engaged arm and just a really fun noodle. So, but we're not noodling right now. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Music? Are your hips okay? Are your lower back okay? I worry about that. If you're starting to feel tightness, if you're starting to feel kind of a pinch in your hips or a little bit of a strain in your lower back, remember just to go back and reset your posture to make sure that your posture is nice and tight here, to make sure that it's protecting your lower back. If your hips are starting to hurt because you're not grounded, you're leaning probably too far forward and trying to rely too much on your hips to get that movement across. So always just regroup and find your posture, and that should help with any kind of discomfort you're feeling. When you're doing your ribcage rotation, do not feel obligated to do hand flexors. You don't have to. If you notice, when I turn it in a circle, I don't do hand flexors because for me, my brain cannot comprehend any of that. That's too much movement for my brain. So when I'm here and I do my chest circles here, sometimes I'll just keep my hands flat. Sometimes I'll just do one. But when I go to turn it, you'll see that my hands actually just kind of stay in place. So that way I can control what's going on with my chest more. Sometimes when I move my hands too much, everything else will become too boggled and the movement will be too much and too confusing. So when you're doing this and in the circle on top of that, it could just become very muddy for the whole thing. We might try that torso twist full turn. Let's try that really quick, and then we'll add that to our camel step. Why? Because we can. All right, so remember when you're doing that torso twist full turn, you're going to be here, you're going to do that same one here. So follow one, and then it's going to be right foot over left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that right foot over left, turn, find your spot. See, on my left foot automatically goes to where I want to go, and then I release, and then I can finish the rest. Always try to get your feet pointed in the direction you want to be going. So from here, again, right foot over left, 1, 2. If you look down at your foot on 2, it should be pointed in your left front corner. You're going to release your foot, 3, 4, and neutral. Do it again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and neutral. Up, down, torso twist here. And we do a full one right after here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and neutral. Chest circles, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, up, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when we do our Sahra, go into the camel, do torso twist in place. After that torso twist, we're going to do a full torso twist, and then go into our reverse turn and our chest circles. muscles should be like, ah. Good? So, I hope that getting around for that, the torso twist in that full circle is getting a little easier. When you're doing it, just make sure, like I said, that you can get your left foot around quick enough to get it pointed into the left front corner, so that way you can actually just release your right foot and then get in there. For your ribcage rotation in the circle, if you can do the same thing, while you're doing your right foot over, when you come to about right here, turn your left foot into that front right corner, because then you can just release your right foot and it'll put you where you need to go. So if you're like this and you're turning here and you're unwinding, so about right here, take this foot and just flip it so it's pointing over there, and then just release your right foot and your body's automatically going to go into that direction. So that's going to be one less thing your hips have to think about, because your chest is doing its thing, and it's just one less thing your hips have to worry about. Oh, I gotta get all the way over here. So let's try it. So right foot over left, turn. So right now you should be facing your right wall. While you're facing your right wall, turn your left foot, and then just release your right foot. Pop. So you're doing your circle step, not your circle step. These are not feet. When you're doing your ribcage rotation here, so it's ribcage rotation. So step 1 and 2, and right about here, turn that left foot, 3, and just release, 4, and you should be back to your front. If you think about that with a lot of your turns, where if you just release your right foot, it should pop you in the direction you're going, if your left foot's pointing in the right direction. Yeah, more, yes?
So it's just one ribcage rotation around the circle when you cross your feet. With 1, 2, 3, 4.
So no, I actually, okay, so what the question was, is it one ribcage rotation for the whole circle? No, it's not. So think of your ribcage rotation the same as walking. So when you walk, you layer 1 and 2 and step 1, 2. So when you're turning, think of it as right foot goes over, 1 ribcage rotation, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I do 4. So I start here with,
Yeah.
I do 4. So my first one will start here. So it starts, and that's 1, 2, 3, and as I get back to the front, that's my 4th one. But think of it, so ribcage rotation in a circle, anytime we do anything in a circle, it's flock of birds, right? So you don't necessarily have to do a set number of ribcage rotations over your step. And just kind of try to match the people that you're dancing with. So not only are you thinking about your feet, your hips, your chest, and your circle, you're thinking about everybody else's circle too. So if you start one, and you hear, and you turn, you can see everybody else as they're doing their ribcage rotation and going around. So practice just walking around. So just walk around the circle here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so with that, do 1 ribcage rotation over each step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you should get about 4 per personal circle. So don't try to do just 1. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to do this 1 for the whole thing. Even then, that's 2. Does that make sense? Jen?
Thank you.
Okay.
I I got it.
She's like, it makes sense, but now I just need to make my chest do it. Worked our chest and our hips a lot today. So when we get off, if you guys can stretch yourselves out so you're not in pain tonight, that'd be great. If you have time to do that. We're gonna add this to we're gonna keep doing these on our slow drills as we add more to it. The video should be hopefully edited tonight and up so you guys can practice it too. But yeah, don't be afraid to do either more than one over each step like that, and try to get as much range of motion as possible on one. You don't want to do little tiny ones here. So you really want to get a lot of range of motion here without arching your back. You don't want to do it like that, right? So you want to be here and here and here. So if you look, I was saying use your obliques for a lot of things. So here you're going to see how everything kind of extended up and over, up and over. So I'm using my rib muscles, I'm using my diaphragm, I'm using my chest, and I'm using my lats up here to push my back up to go. And then when you're doing that reverse Taxeem, get deep down into your knees and really just let your obliques take over. If you want to practice walking it, you can. We don't walk it, but it might help to separate what you're doing with your obliques and your hips as opposed to trying to get it out of your hips. If you do find you're having a bit of a level change or a bounce, just reset, lift your toes up. And if you lift your toes up, you'll find you can't bounce. It's not possible to bounce unless you're really thinking about it. But, so that is week 2. I told you we were slowing it down a little bit and reversing it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I love you guys.